Hello everybody, Namaskar. Today we will discuss about the condiments technology. The aspects that we will cover in today's lecture includes what are the condiments, then major condiments like salt, honey, maple syrup, etc., and process technology for making the condiments and their food applications. Okay. So, let us see what do we mean by condiment. Condiments are prepared food compounds containing one or more spices or spice extracts, which when added to a food after it has been served enhance the flavor of the food. Condiments have been used since ancient times. It is derived from Latin word, that condiment word condiment is derived from Latin, which means pickle. Condiments are generally available in concentrated single forms, or they are used as available as mixture of ingredients. Salt and sugar are the most directly used condiments and are the basic ingredients for most condiments. Condiments originated in different cultures of the world and can be found in liquid, semi-solid and solid forms. If we have a comparison between spices and condiments, in earlier classes we have seen that spice is an aromatic or pungent part of the plant, okay, which is used to flavor or season a food dish during its preparation. Spice is usually a single unprepared material, whereas the condiments are simple or compound spice mixture that is chiefly added to give a specific flavor or to improve the flavor or to supplement the dish. Condiments are preparations utilizing the blend of herbs and spices that creates the final dish seasoning for easy consumption. Condiments are added to food immediately before the consumption, whereas the spices are also used in curries to produce safe and food. Spices are added during the cooking process in the food, but the condiments are generally added before the food is consumed, and it involves its preparation of course before using. Okay. The condiments categories, if you see, there are about 5 non-inclusive categories in condiments. One is the salt. It is often a condiment ingredient in many other condiments. It is employed on a wide range of food including vegetables and many other products. Sweetener is another type of condiment where sugar and honey are used directly in the beverage such as coffee, tea, toppings or breakfast cereals. Sugar and honey are also employed in making other condiments such as jam, jelly, preserves, etc. Hot condiments include spicy or hot foods such as black pepper, chili pepper, mustard, garlic, horseradish, onions and so on. The pickle, it dates back to the ancient world in Europe as well as in Asia. Common pickled food items as condiments today include ginger pickle, cucumber and so on. And then the compound condiments include sauces, ketchup, mayonnaise, etc. Okay. Now, we will discuss briefly about these condiments one by one. The salt, you know, it is the most commonly used seasoning across the globe. The extracted salts are subjected to washing, sifting, grading and other purification processes. Okay. That is the salt is sourced through 3 main methods like evaporation of seawater, salt mining or even salt brines. So, once the sourced salt, the sodium chloride can be subjected to various round of processing resulting in salts with differing textures, flavors and properties. Even purified salts are mixed with are ground together with spices to make flavored salt or spice infused salt like garlic salt, onion salt, etc. Honey is another condiment that comes in the category of sweetener. It is composed primarily of fructose, that is about 38% of the honey is fructose, and about 31%, 38% is fructose and 31% glucose. In addition, that maltose, sucrose and other complex carbohydrates are also present in honey. The other component include vitamins, minerals, acids, pollen and enzymes, which make the honey a unique ingredient in many food preparations. The enzyme glucose oxidase is found in bee's stomach, which when mixes with nectar produces gluconic acid and hydrogen peroxide. It contributes to acidity and antibacterial properties of honey. Monofloral honeys have distinctive flavors and colors due to differences in nectar source. Honey is graded on the basis of its color and optical density using a scale called Fund scale, and this Fund scale ranges from 0, that is if scale is 0 for water white honey, as well as 140 scale of the Fund is known as the dark amber honey. In the processing of honey, there are various stages. First is the formation and the deposition. Here, wooden boxes with frames provide the foundation for bees to build their combs. Foraging bees collect flower nectar and convert them to honey using their gastric enzymes and store them in the honeycomb cells. Then these honey are collected from these cells. It involves pacifying the bees with smoke, followed by uncapping, that is removal of the wax seals from the comb. Frames are spun in centrifuge, forcing the honey out of the comb. Then honey is heated to around 66 to 77 degrees Celsius to decrease its viscosity prior to filtration. Heating process also reduces the moisture content, delays crystallization and destroys yeast cells, enhancing the shelf life of honey. After it is heated, then it is subjected to filtration treatment, and the primary purpose of filtration is to retard crystallization and to produce clear product. Honey is typically subjected to microfiltration, maybe using the microfiltration membrane of the pore size 0.1 to 10 micron. Even diatomaceous earth is also used in honey processing to remove wax, pollen, bacteria, etc. Then ultrasonication treatment also is given to the honey. Here that it destroys most yeast cell non-thermally and inhibits crystallization by eliminating the existing crystals. Ultrasound treatment involves, that is the temperature about 35 degrees Celsius, and the treatment is given for a time maybe less than 30 seconds or so, and due to this there is a lower temperature and very short time duration, there is a greater retention of aroma and flavor in the sonicated honey, as well as also there is less browning. Then the creaming is another important operation in honey processing, where the honey is passed through the controlled process, that is for the controlled crystallization. Creamed honey contains a large number of small crystals, which prevents the formation of large crystals. It has a smooth spreadable consistency. So, the honey is creamed or processed to get the controlled rate of crystallization and giving a smooth consistency to the product. Then we will see another sweetener condiment popularly used is the maple syrup. Maple syrup is a natural sweetener which is obtained from the xylem sap of the maple trees. Maple syrup is also a better source of nutrients, and it is a phenolic, very good source of the phenolic compounds. You can see here in the table, that is antioxidant potential. It has maple syrup, it has the tocopherol equivalent in micromole, maybe 400 micromole per 100 gram. So, it has a good antioxidant potential. It contains one of the lowest chlorine level compared to the other sweeteners, that is lowest calorie level compared to the other sweeteners, and has been shown to have healthy glycemic qualities. That is its glycemic value is lower, it is healthy, it can be consumed even by the people who are having little higher sugar level or glucose. Then as far as the processing of the maple syrup is concerned, you see that first step is the harvesting of the sap of the maple tree. You can see in the figure, they just from the tree this sap is collected, and then this collected sap is concentrated by suitable processes. Most commonly that is recommended process is the reverse osmosis is generally done, and this is concentration is followed by evaporation. So, during the evaporation of the sap, Maillard reaction takes place. The amino acid in the sap react with its sugar that produces the unique flavor of maple syrup along with its desired color, aroma and antioxidant properties. Okay. And these were the simple condiments. Let us discuss about the compound condiments, and then there is the pickled foods. Pickled is defined as the process of preserving a food by either anaerobic fermentation in brine or immersing it in vinegar. Pickling can add a special flavor to food by themselves or mixed with other foods. The process of pickling is also known as brining, and the resulting food is known as pickle. Pickles usually refer to vegetable products, but sometimes even fish, egg, meat or other such products are also subjected to the pickling process. It is basically a process to extend the shelf life of the product, okay, by controlling, increasing the acidity or lowering down the pH. Okay. So, achar and kimchi are Indian and Korean variations of the pickled foods, which include many other spices along with the salt and the fermentation process. Okay. So, typed up pickled foods, there are various categories. Only the quick pack or quick process pickles, here acetic acid from the vinegar is involved in the preservation process instead of the lactic acid fermentation. So, the commodity may be it is added into the acetic acid directly. Fermented or brined products, the vegetables are cured in brine solution for several weeks for fermentation to take place. In relisses, low acid vegetables are finally chopped, acidified and canned. Freezer pickles includes that some pickle recipes that call for enough vinegar, maybe 5% acetic acid. This can be stored safely in refrigerator at 5 degrees Celsius for up to 1 month. These pickles do not require heat processing, but they must be kept refrigerated. These are known as freezer pickles. Then sun pickles, that it involves combining vegetables, pickling spices, salt and either water or vinegar, and then setting the jar out in the sun for about 3 days to ferment. Okay. Here the process for mango pickle manufacture as well as kimchi making process is shown in this table. In the mango pickles, like mango mature green mangoes are taken after washing, peeling, they are sliced suitably, and then in this slices are put into the jar where they are mixed with the sprinkling salt and oil, etc. Salt, spices, oil and other ingredient, all those things are mixed and smeared in the sliced mango, and then this is filled into the glass bottles or glass jar, and these obviously the glass bottles or jars are previously sterilized. So, after filling, then spices and oils are added into the bottle or jar. They are shaken well for twice a day and mixed with the salt, etc. Then material is sealed and is stored up in the jar in the ambient temperature. So, it takes some time for the development of the proper flavor and texture of the pickle. In the kimchi making process, Korean cabbage is taken. It is salted in 15% brine for 5 to 10 hours, then washed twice with fresh water, and the water is drained. In the material, the other spices like shredded radish, red pepper powder, garlic, green onion, ginger, or even sometimes fermented fish or oyster. All these are mixed in the this salted cabbage. Okay, that is, there is stuffing between the cabbage leaves. It is stuffed, and these stuffed cabbage leaf with the spices is put in earthen jars, which is known as or called as kimchi dock. And here that is then this container or dock pot, earthen pot, is buried, that is 80% almost underground. Okay, only top portion is there above the ground. Okay, and then top portion which is there on the ground, it is covered or pressed with a stone weight on the top and cover it with the jar lid. Okay, and it is left in open environment. Fermentation takes place for about 1 to 2 months in the winter season, and then it is consumed for the next 3 to 4 months until the next spring. So, this is whole process of kimchi production. It is very popular in the Korea. Then the other condiments include as sauces. These are hot or cold, liquid or semi-liquid products, okay, which when added to foods as it is being served, add to its acceptance by improving its appearance, aroma, flavor or texture. There are various types of sauces you can see in the picture available in the market. Seasonings are compounds of containing one or more spice extracts, which when added to a food either during its manufacture or in its preparation before it is served, enhance the natural flavor of the food and thereby increase the acceptance of the food by the consumer. Dips are commonly used for finger foods, appetizers and other food types. Thick dips based on spices added to sour cream, milk, yogurt, mayonnaise, soft cheese or even beans, and they are the thinner than the spreads. Dressings like salad dressing contain a minimum of 30% vegetable oil, 4% egg yolk. Ingredients vinegar or lemon juice and spices. The taste is more piquant than mayonnaise and also is often used as base for other salad dressings. Mayonnaise, that is, it is a smooth, creamy, semi-solid emulsified dressing consisting of vegetable oil, that is about 65% vegetable oil is there, and eggs. It is acidified with vinegar or lemon juice and delicately spiced. No other emulsifier are allowed in this product. It is often used as a base for other dressings. Mustard, that the name mustard is derived from a Latin word must, which was an unfermented grape wine made potent and fiery with the addition of ground mustard seed. So, that is the mustard sauce. Okay. Process technology for making dry condiments. The major operations include drying, cleaning, grinding. Drying, it is a key processing steps we have in earlier classes we have discussed detail about all these operations. Okay. So, particularly the drying enhances the shelf life of the finished product, okay, by slowing down the microbial growth and preventing biochemical reactions that may alter sensory characteristics. The cleaning is important operation at the industrial production level. Magnets, sifters and various types of mechanical separators are used to separate the foreign compounds from the plant material based on their shape and density. Then grinding using appropriate size reduction equipment. The material is ground to fine particle size, okay, and to mitigate the volatility problem during grinding, that the care should be taken that the temperature of the material does not exceed below 90 degree above 90 degrees Celsius during grinding process. Then these are the technology for the soya sauce manufacture. It is another very popular condiment. In this soya sauce, soya beans about taken 15%, 50% and wheat half 50%. So, soya bean is first soaked, it is cooked and cooled, that is soaking in about 40 to 45 minutes, and then in the pressure cooker for 6 to 7 kg per centimeter square. On the other hand, the wheat, it is roasted and crushed, that is 150 degrees Celsius for 30 to 45 seconds in the roasting conditions, and then atmospheric pressure the roasting. So, it is crushed. So, you have a roasted wheat flour and soaked, cooked and cooled that soya beans. So, these are mixed together in 50-50 ratio, okay, and in that mixture is starter, the mold that Aspergillus oryzae and A. sojae, that is a mixed culture of starter of molds Aspergillus oryzae and A. sojae. Okay. They are added into the mixed wheat and soybean, then it is incubated at around 23 to 35 degrees Celsius for about 72 hours. Okay. Then this it develops into some sort of mold mixture koji, where about salt about 20% is added 200 parts, and then moromi mass, that is means it is properly mixed, sprinkle salt as a sprinkling etc., and we get basically moromi mass. It contains around approximately 17 to 20% salt. So, it is a mold which koji, the salt is sprinkled, and then it gives that lactic acid fermentation it results, that is pediococcus holophilus is the lactic acid bacteria which causes the lactic acid fermentation. It may take about 12 months at ambient temperature or even 1 month at 15 degree Celsius. Okay. So, after this bacterial fermentation, then yeast fermentation is allowed to continue, where Zygosaccharomyces roxai or Candida species yeast etc. are calculated, and 4 months time at 28 degrees Celsius or 1 month at 15 degree Celsius it may take. And then finally, that is it is pressed, the finally fermented material is pressed and filtered, pasteurized at 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, okay, and soya sauce is obtained. So, is extracted then, and after the residue remaining after pressing and filtration is the cake, it is used as an animal. So, the critical control points in soya sauce manufacturers include: first is the selection of the best strains of the microorganism, controlling the salt level, it should be more than 18% during the koji preparation to exclude undesirable microorganisms, and then controlling the growth rate of the microorganisms in brine fermentation, as well as the product temperature control during the koji fermentation process. So, by this proper control we get the correct desired characteristics of the soya sauce, you can see here in the picture. Okay. The technology for mayonnaise manufacture, if you see that the FDA defines mayonnaise as the emulsified semi-solid food prepared from vegetable oil, that is minimum 65% vegetable oil is there in the mayonnaise, acidifying agents like vinegar, lemon juice, and the minimum level should be 2.5% by weight, okay, calculated as the acetic acid or citric acid, then egg yolk or egg yolk containing ingredients, and finally there may be also optional ingredients like salt, nutritive carbohydrates, sweeteners, any spice or natural flavoring etc. they can be added, even monosodium glutamate or some sequestrant etc. they can be added. The ingredient formulation is given in the table. So, these ingredients that are the making the mayonnaise manufacturing process, after receiving all the raw materials like egg oil, spices, etc. They are held in the different tanks. Then it is followed by addition of whole egg in the pre-emulsion tank, addition of water and sugar in the pie emulsion tank. Mixing starts at the first operational speed, maintaining the temperature about 6 to 14 degrees Celsius. Then it is followed by addition of oil slowly and slowly to the mix in a way that the final product should have around 65 to 85% fat content by weight. Then the vinegar, salt, lemon juice, etc. are added. Even spices, if required, they are added. These are all finally properly mixed. The third operation speed continues in the mixer, that is a pre-emulsion in the pre-emulsion tank, and then it is sent to the properly homogenized, and you get the mayonnaise, and this mayonnaise is filled into the jar. So, this is a setup machine where these tanks are there, various ingredients, liquid ingredients, solid ingredients, and they are mixed in the tank, and there are control panels, etc. Okay. You see the technology for the mustard sauce preparation. This mustard sauce is whole ground cracked or buried mustard seeds. These are mixed with water, vinegar, lemon juice, wine or other liquids, salt, and often flavorings and spices are also added, and these are all mixed to create a paste or sauce ranging in color from bright yellow to dark brown, and is generally thick with sharp taste. So, the process flow includes, that is the ingredients part by weight of the percentage, like mustard powder maybe 20%, white vinegar 10%, white sugar 10%, salt, turmeric, paprika, etc. to the 10%, citric acid 0.5%, and cyclodextrin maybe 0.5%, or this water 19%, that is by weight. These are all ingredients, okay, is added into the cleaned mustard seeds. Then it is blended, addition of seasoning, heating, and that they are all ground. You get the, after heating for 2 to 3 hours at 80 to 90 degrees centigrade, you get the mustard sauce, this packaging. Okay. This is the machinery required for mustard sauce preparation, that is washing and cleaning machine, roasting machine, grinding, sauce preheater, bottle filling, mixing storage tank, evaporator. That is after the sauce preheater, it gives to come to the preheater pasteurizer, vacuum evaporator, mixing and storage tank, and bottle filling machine. So, this all the ingredients that is which are necessary, there is roasted, and then it is pulverized and ground finally. Then it is mixed and sauce preheater and pasteurized and packaged. Then recent developments in the condiments processing technologies, that is, as you have seen earlier, that is there are some, that is drying, grinding, fermentation. So, the drying, obviously that the advanced method or novel methods of grinding, like microwave, infrared drying, or combined method with microwave combined with the freeze drying, vacuum drying, fluidized drying, etc. This gives a better, because these mayonnaise or other such condiments that are prepared, they are basically used as a flavoring, flavors and other bioactive, etc. So, the technology for drying, then grinding or fermentation should be such that these flavoring compounds are retained. So, in the grinding, superfine technology or cryogenic grinding, etc. is found. That cryogenic grinding operates at a very low temperature, generally below 50 degrees Celsius, with the assistance of cryogenic fluid, etc. So, the flavoring potentials or characteristics are retained to the maximum. Fermentation may be either solid state fermentation or high state liquid, high salt liquid state liquid fermentation can be used, and these are high salt liquid state fermentation produce more abundant aroma and flavor compounds like methyl trisulfide, ethyl acetate, etc. Okay. Then sterilization, this is important operations, and again here also for the sterilizing the condiments, the recent developments are innovative technologies like ohmic heating, radio frequency heating, and our irradiation is encouraged more and more. Such technologies should be used for. So, about all these technologies we have earlier studied in detail in one or the other classes. So, that holds true here, but only thing, depending upon the type of or combination or formulation which is used in the spice manufacture, the process parameters should be properly selected and they should be optimized to have a better retention of flavoring potential. Okay. Then application or usage of the condiments, that is these condiments provides, as you have seen earlier, additional flavor, aroma and taste to food that is enhancing the palatability of the food. So, seasonings are rich sources of phytochemicals and immunity boosting components that enhance the nutritional value of the food. The condiments can act as preservative due to the antimicrobial properties and improves food safety. Most spices present in the condiments possess certain therapeutic and disease prevention properties. So, they can be considered as a health boosting or health promoting components. It also improves the digestibility of the foods. Condiments can be used to as a delivery agent of micronutrient and also in the food fortification programs. So, finally, I will summarize this lecture saying that these various mixtures of the spices and their extract etc., they are prepared in a specific manner so as to impart characteristic flavor, taste and textures, and these products are generally known as condiments. They may be simple condiments or compound condiments. Okay. The salt is the most commonly used and added condiments. The other condiments may include sugar, honey, maple syrup etc. And the main processing technologies for making condiments like cleaning, drying, grinding, fermentation and sterilization, and these processes, that is process parameters, that is the technology for grinding, technology for sterilization, all this should be used. That is emerging technologies are as far as possible either hurdle technology concept should be used, that the temperature in this processing should be as either high temperature short time STST, UST process should be taken, or novel non-thermal process should be used for these operations, so that the flavoring, taste, flavor, texture etc. of the product is preserved to the desired category. At the same time, product has good mouthfeel and it has a good shelf life. So, accordingly these should be properly packaged as well. Packaging material are again very important, packaging material and packaging technology both. Normally these products are packed using FFS machine, form, fill and seal machines, either in PET bottles, glass jars or even this pouches etc. These are the references that are used in this lecture. Okay. Finally, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you.